What is going on, guys? I am MC Fixer, and today you are watching Fixer Reacts. This is my review for Gears of War 4. Gears of War 4, already out for those that purchased the Season Pass, the Deluxe Edition of Gears of War 4. We got it on the 6th, I believe, maybe the 7th. I think it was the 6th at midnight. Yes, so the first thing I did was played through the story. Shout out to my partner in crime, Foxes, who played through the game with me on normal difficulty. We'll start this reaction piece off by saying the story took me around 9 hours, 9.5, maybe 10 at a push hours long. The campaign mode. It was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun. Where do I start this off? I'll start this off by saying spoiler free. There will be no spoilers at all throughout this whole review. I will be doing a spoiler cast over on my podcast, which is a My Xbox and Me podcast. Go check it out if you haven't already. Great Xbox podcast. But that's where we'll be going into more spoilery stuff if you want to hear my thoughts on that. But enough of that. Let's get on to what I have to say about the game. Number one. The game is a lot of fun. It is more Gears of War, which is what we expected. Obviously, this being the first Gears game the Coalition have done. It was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun. It was a great game. The thing for me was they just had to, before they could make it their own, they had to make it as, if that makes sense. It had to hit home with the hardcore Gears of War fans, like probably myself and those of you watching. And for me, they did that. It was a new story with new characters, with familiar faces and people you care about. But the main thing was that it was its own, but it was still good for those that have played 1, 2, 3, and 4. As I'm sure most of you know, this is a brand new story. This is a new arc. For me, this is Gears of War 1 all over again by a different team. So, don't be going and expecting a story. Don't be going and expecting it to lead off straight after 3. That isn't what happens. It has one of the best openings I've played all year. It does the perfect job of showing you things. Shut up, fam. It does the perfect job of showing you things so you understand the game, even if you haven't played 1 and 2 and 3. You can still jump into this game without any problems. The prologue is very, very good. I was very, very, very impressed. They did it in a very smart way. Again, no spoilers, but yeah, it was just a lot of fun. It wasn't what I was expecting for an opening, but it was I'm glad that I got it. It was a great opening. Secondly, the humour is still here in this game. One-liners, cheeky banter between each other. The characters are likeable. Some of them I feel were a little bit not fleshed out enough. But I feel like we might get there with it. I don't feel like they did a great job of fleshing out some of the characters. They did with some, but not with others. Personally. There's likeable qualities in all of the characters. And I don't feel like anyone's just there for the sake of being there. But I do feel like it needed a little bit more character building, personally. Gameplay, of course, normal Gears of War gameplay. If you played 1, 2, and 3, you know what you're getting. Nothing's changed here. Cover-based shooter, great cover-based shooter. All your likeable weapons from the previous games and new weapons. Personally, I didn't care too much for the new weapons. The buzzsaw is pretty cool, which is the thing that we saw at E3 where you can shoot it off of. It sort of shoots at blood swords, obviously. But they bounce off of the environments, so you can bounce them off walls and then they hit things and stuff like that. That was cool. The Embark is like a sniper, but you charge it up. Didn't really care too tough for that. The Enforcer, another gun that I didn't really care too much about the new weapons. I Anytime I didn't have my Lancer, I was looking for a Lancer. Anytime I didn't have my Gasher or whatever they call it in the game, I always mess it up. That's what I was looking for. Boom shot, of course, long shot. All the original guns, talk bow. Again, it was cool. What else can I say about this? It brings back the old school vibe. And there is some great moments in the game that make you go or oh, or it does a very good job of feeling. I guess that's even better. Just feeling something. It was a cool moment seeing certain people for the first time, and I kind of freaked out a little bit, and I was just happy to see them. So that's cool, nostalgia. It was just a phenomenal game. I don't do review scores here. I don't see the point. I feel like it's better for you just to hear what I have to say about the game rather than me put a score in it. It makes no sense. And like I say, about 9 to 10 hours it took me to do the campaign. I did it on normal. Great co-op. Only 2-player co-op for those wondering, not 4-player. I played it on Xbox One for those wondering that as well. What else would I really say? Multiplayer, I guess I can talk about that a little bit. I'm mainly playing the dodgeball mode at the moment, which is a lot of fun, which is when you die, you're out, but if your teammates get killed, then you're back in, which, of course, dodgeball. If you know what dodgeball is, there you go. That's a lot of fun. I've played that and execution mode. That's all I've played, really. And last but not least, of course, Horde, the new Horde mode, which is a lot of fun. I haven't dived too much into it. I may have played maybe a couple. I did a 1 round that I got to wave 10, then we stopped, and then I did another round where we got to wave 14, I think, and stopped. So I haven't actually really dived in. What I will say though is, don't play the Horde mode before you do the story, because you'll see enemies that you might not have wanted to see, and certain moments with the enemies that really took my breath away and sort of went, oh god. If that happens in the Horde mode, it then takes it away from the story, and I don't feel like that's how it should be experienced. I feel like it should be experienced in the story, not the Horde. If that makes sense. Yeah, I hope you guys like this video. Be sure to like, share, comment, and subscribe if you're not subscribing already. Again, if you haven't checked out my podcast, it's My Xbox and Me. That is where we will be doing a full spoiler discussion, maybe in a week or so, but if you listen to the podcast, you'll hear me talk about that. And for now, I will love you, leave you, and I'll see you guys later.